that there is a there is also alleles, but however, these alleles do not behave as expected. So there are alleles that behave differently, especially when there is allele uh, that are not always a dominant, or there are two alleles that being dominant together, as well as interfere or mask with each other. So we're going to talk about those cases. So first, we're going to define the wild type allele. So what is the wild type allele? So, di ba inisip nyo parang, ano ba yan? Bakit wild? Akala nyo parang it is something different. However, this wild type allele, it is the one that is considered to be the normal and the most frequently traits that can be seen in the population. Kaya nga kapag sinabing, yan yung wild type strain. So that is the normal strain, or that is the most frequent characteristic in circulating, or that can be found in a group of organisms. So that is the what you call the wild type allele. So next is we have mutation. So mutation, it means that there is a modification of genetic sequence. Sometimes those genetic mutation could affect the expression of the genes. Okay, so sometimes it is a one or two nucleotides has been affected, but sometimes the mutation could occur as this some sequence or gene had been deleted, or being uh, duplicated, or in the improper location. So that is the modification of the genetic sequence. Kasi this, yung ating DNA, it should be in the proper sequence. Kasi nga, di ba, this is the code siya. So if ever na there is a changes in the on the normal or the reference genetic sequence, that is what you call the mutation. Okay. Also, mutation happens when there is, during dun sa cell division or DNA copy, there are some error in the copying of our DNA. So that could lead to mutation. Sometimes naman, chemicals or environmental factor could affect our DNA sequence. That could also lead to the modification of the genetic sequence. Kaya nga, di ba, merong mga chemicals na nakalagay doon na carcinogenic or mutagenic. So it means when you are exposed to this harmful chemical, it can cause mutation on your DNA sequence. Okay. So sometimes those mutation could lead to cancer. Okay. So next, we have loss of function mutation. So this type of mutation being observed by having a diminished function of the gene. So hindi fully nagfa-function yung gene na yun. Then we have the null allele, this one, in which this is the eventual loss of a gene due to mutation. Ibig sabihin, na-delete yung function, na-loss yung function due to sa mutation. Ibig sabihin, kung nagkaroon ng kunyari ACTG, kunyari naging ATT, G na yan. So, ibig sabihin, kung nagkaroon man ng mutation dito, this mutation could lead to having a null allele. So, ibig sabihin, nawala yung function ng gene na yon. Okay. So, next, we have the gain of function mutation. So, this is where the gene or the result of this mutation become, yung gene is nagiging hyperactive. Ibig sabihin, mas nag-i-increase yung kanyang activity. Then we have the neutral mutation, in which the mutation in a gene does not necessarily alter its activity. Ibig sabihin, even though na meron siyang changes dun sa DNA sequence, ano lang, normal pa rin yung function. It does not affect the function of the gene. Parang deadma lang kahit merong mutation na nangyari. So, ganun din, hindi naman, katulad yan sinabi ko, hindi naman lahat ng mutation could affect the expression of the gene. So sometimes loss of function, sometimes diminish functionality. Another case is nag-increase ang activity, and some is does not affect its total activity. So how do we write the alleles? So we already talked about it. So when we have a recessive allele, we write it as a lowercase and italicized. While for the dominant allele, we have dapat ganyan italicized, diba? So italicized, uppercase and italicized. Now let's go to neither allele is dominant, incomplete or partial dominance. So usually ang expression ng mga allele, it is should be a dominant or recessive. However, dito yung allele na R1, for example, itong allele na R1 will result to being or the phenotypic expression having a red flower. Okay. But we have a mutant allele na R2. The mutant allele R2 will result to being or having a white flower. Okay. So with the mutation in the R, there is a loss of function. And with this mutation, this could affect if nag-combine yan, then you have your fertilization. There is a expression, yung tinatawag na intermediate phenotype. So either dito sa allele na to na red and sa white na allele na yan, either dominant nor recessive yung dalawa. Okay. So thus it express when there is a heterogeneous of the R1 and R2, heterogeneous ng R1 and R2, is nagkakaroon ka ng intermediate phenotype. Okay? Which is, ito yung tinatawag na pink flower. Okay. Now, let's have this. Okay. So here we have the red and the white. So yung red having a R1 allele, which is yung ito yung kanyang genotype. Then yung white is having a R2. So nakikita nyo, this is a mutant. Okay. But with this, kailangan homozygous yung sa allele mo. Then this also homozygous. When you crossbreed this one, so nag-crossbreed ka, di ba? R1. Tapos meron kang R1 dito. Dito naman, R2. R2. So, combine mo, R1, R2, R1, R2. Ay, sorry. Mali. Okay. So, paano na ito? Okay, so you combine this. R1, R2, R1, R2, R1, R2, R1, R2. So nakita nyo, all of dun sa F1, ano ang kanyang genotype? This is R1 and R2. So in this, when you have your red allele and a mutant allele for white, ang nangyari, lumalabas yung pink phenotype. So when you have a heterozygous na phenotype, the intermediate or the heterozygous na genotype, it resulted to showing or expression of the intermediate phenotype such as yung pink. Okay. So, di ba dapat kapag ganyan yung contrasting trait, sa normal Mendelian ratio, ang lumalabas lagi is yung dominant. But here, dahil nga yung allele mo is yung white is mutant siya, nagkakaroon ng incomplete dominance. Okay. So, now let's go sa self-fertilization ng F1. So, self-fertilization ng F1, R1, at saka R2. Then, you have your R1 and R2. So, parehas tong pink, di ba? Pink. Then, pink. So, sa genotype niya, you combine R1, R2, R1, R2, then R2, R2. Okay. So, nakita nyo na there is still na merong heterozygous na phenotype. So, nasaan dyan yung heterozygous na phenotype? So, this is the heterozygous phenotype in which it will, it will express as a pink color. While yung R1 na homozygous will result as a red na phenotype. Then the R2, yung R2 na homozygous will reflect as a white na phenotype. Okay. So given this, ang nagkakaroon dito is meron kang 1 na red. Ilan yung pink mo? 2 na pink and 1 na white. Okay. So, ang nagiging ratio mo na is 1 is to 2 is to 1. Okay. So, having this as a intermediate phenotype. Okay. So, nagkaroon ng change doon talaga sa Mendelian ratio. Kasi una pa lang, sa F1 pa lang, ang nagpakita na hindi yung dominant, but nagkaroon ka ng intermediate phenotype. Okay. Next is dominance, the influence of both alleles in heterozygote. So, di ba, sa mga alleles, merong dominant and recessive. But here, merong tinatawag na codominance. It means that yung alleles mo, yung both alleles mo are dominant. If your alleles are both dominant, it will express its characteristic. Okay. For example nito, one example nito is yung MN blood group system. So, in this, kapag meron kang genes for that, yung M glycoprotein and N glycoprotein will be both detected. Hindi niya na dominate yung each other, but they become, or they will express their genes or their characteristic. Okay. So for example, you have a crossbreed of LM na parents. So, ito, combine mo dito, and combine mo dito, ito, LM, LM. Then, this combine mo naman dito, LM plus LM. Then, here, combine LM, LM, then LM, LM. Okay, so dito, wala kang problem. Kasi, ang phenotype lang nito is isa lang. So, the phenotype of this will be M, this one, and the both N will have a phenotype of N. However, when you have this phenotype, the M, the letter M, and the N phenotype, it will show us both genotype. Okay, so yung glycoprotein is madedetect mo yung N-glycoprotein and yung N-glycoprotein. So, ang magiging phenotype niya is a combination of N and M. Okay? So, hindi isa. Kasi walang dominant dito. Ay, kumbaga, walang recessive dyan sa dalawa. They are both dominant. Okay. So, when they are both dominant, they are being expressed. Okay. The M and the N. Okay. So, with this, nakita nyo, 1/4 ang LM or yung N phenotype, M. Then, 2/4 yung LMN, MN phenotype. Then, 1/4 yung N phenotype. Okay. Then next, we have multiple alleles of a gene that may exist in population. So ito, madali lang to intindihin, yung sa ABO blood group, di ba? Doon sa ABO blood group, of course, ang dominant dito is yung A and B, di ba? So if ever na meron kang dalawang antigen na A and B, both yon mag-e-express. Okay? While if yung RBC mo is wala kang antigen, walang A and B antigen, the phenotype of this will be type O. Okay? So those RBC na lack of A and B antigen, they are blood group O. So madali lang yan, ABO blood group typing. However, dito sa Bombay phenotype is kakaiba naman. Kasi genotypically, iba yung kanyang genotype, and the blood type, the blood type being expressed is blood type O. Okay. So, paano nangyari yun, di ba? Parang kakaiba naman. Okay. So, even na, kasi di ba, ang normal na blood type O is wala ka talagang antigen. Okay. However, itong Bombay phenotype na to, yung kanyang tawag dito, yung kanyang behavior when you do blood typing is para kang nagbe-behave siya as blood type O. Okay. So, ano pa tong H antigen? So yung sa Bombay phenotype is wala siyang H antigen. So ano naman tong H antigen? So this is the precursor of ABO blood group. Okay. So, all ng mga RBC is meron siyang H antigen. So, they found on all RBC regardless of its uh, uh, mga antigen na present. However, sa Bombay, wala silang H antigen. Okay, so yung Bombay phenotype, yung kanilang phenotype, they have unexpressed allele for uh, unexpressed. They have unexpressed allele for A and B antigen. Okay. So they lack of precursor na wala na H substance or H antigen. And also, itong Bombay phenotype, ito yung tinatawag na H. Ganyan yung kanyang phenotype. Okay, so let's have a sample. Okay, so in this case, you could see that there is yung proband. Diba, ang sabi natin, when you have a proband, this is the person of interest or being investigated na meron siyang kakaiba. Okay. So, with here, as you could see, yung mother and father nitong individual having a blood type O, ang kanyang parents ay blood type A, and at saka AB. Okay. So, given the fact na meron kang A at saka AB, for example, meron kang AO. So, kung ang father mo is type A, then nakita mo na yung mga yung offspring is merong AB, O, at saka B. But kung titingnan mo, kung meron kang type A and type B na parents, ang possible mo lang na maging type AA, AB, A, AO, and type B. Okay. Kasi meron siyang type B dito. So dito, nakita nyo na you consider na ang genotype ng tawag dito, ang genotype ng father is AO. Bakit? Bakit siya AO? Kasi yung meron silang offspring na B. And since ang parent is yung isa, one parent is AB, so in order for the couple to have blood type B, one parent should be AO na genotype. Okay. So, paano naman nangyari na meron silang blood type O na anak? Ano ba, nagkaroon ba ng baby switching, ganon, di ba? Kung sa panahon natin yan, nagkaroon na, pinatulfo na ng mga parents yung hospital. Kasi malamang nagkaroon ng baby switching kasi ang blood type ng parents are A and AB. Okay. Then, another situation is itong si blood type O na, excuse me, si blood type O na individual na mother married to a blood type A na husband, but yung kanilang offspring is blood type AB, A, and B. How come na ang blood type O na mother and mate with blood type A is magkakaroon ka ng AB at saka B. Okay? So ano yan? Dalawang anak mo ang nagkaroon ng switching Okay, so this is something to be considered. So meron tayong tinatawag na Bombay phenotype. So yung Bombay phenotype, as I explained kanina, wala siyang H antigen. So ito rin yung ang kanyang phenotype, dahil wala siyang H antigen, is ito, yan, small letter na H. Okay? So if yung parent is heterogeneous na merong H, meron pa rin yan H antigen. Okay? Kasi recessive naman ito. However, kapag ang individual is ang kanyang genotype for the H antigen is homozygous, lowercase na H, is magpapakita na yung consider siya as Bombay phenotype. It means na lacking siya ng H antigen. Okay. So, in this case class, nakita nyo na yung dahil nga meron kang Bombay phenotype dito, ibig sabihin, yung genotype nito is, dahil nga type O siya, pero nakita nyo, nagkaroon siya ng mga offspring na blood type AB, blood type B. Then, ang kanyang coming siya dun sa parents na blood type A and blood type B. So, possible na this one is what? A Bombay phenotype. So, kung Bombay phenotype na yan, in order for the individual to have a two allele of that, this coming from this H should be one from your mother and one from your father and from your mother. Since na yung father and mother is, yung father is type A and yung mother is AB, it means na they are heterozygous for H. For H antigen. Okay. So kung heterozygous siya, kasi hindi siya pwedeng maging Bombay phenotype na meron siyang HH. Bakit? Kasi na-detect yung mga A antigen and AB antigen dun sa blood. Tandaan nyo na, remember, na yung Bombay phenotype is meron kang ganito na sa H na allele, wala kang, ibig sabihin, negative ka for H antigen. Okay. Yung Bombay phenotype, yung Bombay genotype is HH, small letter na H, and ang expression niyan is negative siya for H antigen. However, sa serum niya, kung wala siyang H antigen, it contains ng anti-H sa serum. Okay. Now, going back in this. So, nakita nyo na meron siya ganitong kunwaring genotype. Okay. Then, upon investigation, okay, nakita mo na siya, na-consider mo na siya as Bombay phenotype. Why? Kasi, ang difference ng blood type, ito, blood type ko. Regular na blood type ko. Ito yung wild type. A antigen, B antigen, and H antigen. Okay. So ito, yung dito, yung blood type O is wala siyang A antigen. Okay. Wala din tong B antigen. But meron siyang H antigen. Okay. Sa Bombay phenotype naman, wala siyang H antigen sa RBC niya. Wala rin siyang B antigen. And negative siya for H antigen. Yan yung difference ng type O and yung Bombay phenotype. Okay. So, bakit nga siya walang mga antigen? Kasi nga, kahit genetically na iba yung kanyang composition, hindi pa rin magde-develop ng mga antigen dun sa RBC niya. Bakit? Kasi wala siyang H antigen. E tandaan nyo na yung H antigen daw, this is the precursor of AB o blood group, especially dun sa A and B antigen. But, of course, dun sa type O, even na negative siya for A antigen and B antigen, meron siyang H antigen because all of the RBC belonging to a blood group A, B, and type AB and O has a OH antigen. However, ito yung lacking dito sa Bombay phenotype. Okay. Now, let's go back dun sa investigation. Di ba yung parents is A and A? Ang parents is A and AB. Then, nagkaroon ng type O na offspring. But then, yung offspring, nagkaroon ng type AB, A, and B. So, paano nangyayari yon? So, kung O siya, tapos meron siyang offspring na AB, A, saka B, excuse me. So, ano mangyayari? Etong A, okay yan na nandito. Dito yan nanggaling. So, it means kung meron kang A dyan, tapos nakita nyo, meron kang B, tapos meron kang AB, so it means itong A na to is nanggaling yan dito sa isang parent. So, saan naman manggagaling? So, ito, parang na-connect mo na siya. Connect the dots. Okay, ito. Yung A na to, manggagaling yan dito. Okay. As well as yung A, manggagaling yan dito. So, saan naman manggagaling yung B? Of course, hindi ka na dito sa parent na merong blood type na A. So, connecting with this, makikita mo na yung B, this one, should be coming from the mother. And this B should be coming from the mother. Kasi yung father having a blood type A. Okay. Since meron siyang blood type A lang, kung ito yung isa mo nanggaling na dito, tapos meron kang A, ano supposedly ang genotype nito? Dahil meron kang A, ang genotype nito is BO. Okay. So, connecting the dots, nakita nyo, diba meron tayong O, tapos meron kang A. Tapos yung mga anak is AB, A, at sa B. Connecting the dots, dahil nga A, is A, connecting dito, and this A, magkoconnect yan dito. So, ibig sabihin, this B coming from the mother, and this B coming from the mother. So we could establish, or we could decide that the genotype of the mother is having a B allele, and of course, ano ba siya, homozygous or heterozygous. So, dahil meron siyang A na blood type, na A lang, so it means that the genotype of this female na proband is type BO. So, meaning that this individual is genotypically na dapat, ano siya, B0. BO. So, however, dahil Bombay phenotype siya, mag-a-appear siya as O. Bakit? Kasi, yung RBC niya, hindi siya makakapag-create ng any A and B antigen. So, that's why mag-express siya, or phenotypically, madedetect mo siya as blood type O. Na-gets nyo, class? So, tama ba na yung na this individual is a blood type BO? So, ang parents mo is AB. So, para magkaroon ka ng anak magkaroon ka ng offspring na blood type B, meron kang isang parent na type AB, the A is heterozygous. Okay. So, ganyan yung sa Bombay phenotype. Genotypically or genetically is type B siya, pero doon sa expression ng kanyang blood, it is a type O. Okay. So, sa genotype niya, this one, ang genotype niya is genotypically talaga, or genetically, kung isipin mo, it is a BO. However, wala kasi siyang H antigen negative. Kaya, dun sa RBC niya, wala yang A antigen, hindi talaga magpo-produce yung B antigen niya. Kasi wala siyang H antigen, which is precursor for the AB antigen. Okay. So, given this, ang importance na kailangan ma-detect mo na meron na Bombay phenotype, kasi yung Bombay phenotype is, di ba, type O nga siya. Wala siyang, meron siyang anti-B, anti-H. Okay. So, excuse me. Si Bombay phenotype, kung ito, yung serum ni Bombay phenotype is meron siyang anti-H. Okay. Or baguhin na lang natin para hindi kayo marito. So, A, antigen, okay. So, dito, si type O, wala siyang A antigen, wala siyang B antigen. Si Bombay din, wala siyang A antigen, B antigen. But si type O, meron siyang H antigen. Si Bombay, negative siya for H antigen. So, it is very important na ma-detect mo yung Bombay phenotype, lalo na sa mga Indian, kasi ang kailangan lang, if yung individual is meron siyang Bombay phenotype, ang kailangan sa kanya na i-transfuse is yung Bombay din na phenotype na blood. Kasi otherwise, magkakaroon ng hemolytic transfusion reaction. Okay. Mamamatay yung patient. Usually, this phenotype na to is nakikita 1 in 10,000 na Indian. Yun. So, yan yung niya, yung add ratio niya. So, yung sa British naman, 1 in 1 million daw. Okay. So, kaya nga sa ibang mga lahi, katulad ng Indian or British, di ba, mas mahirap yung blood typing nila. Kailangan mas maraming panel yung tinitest or mga antibodies na tinitest. Okay? Kasi complicated yung kanilang blood types. Okay, next is yung lethal allele. So, yung lethal allele naman, class, this is the allele that could lead to mortality or death. Okay. So, these genes, yung function ng genes na yan, they are essential for the essential components or expression of that specific substance or components to maintain life. Okay, they are very essential. Otherwise, when you have a lethal allele, it could lead to death. Okay, so there are different na types ng lethal allele. So we have the homozygous na recessive lethal allele. So, in homozygous recessive lethal allele, kailangan meron ka dyan 2 copies of the lethal genes para mag-express yan, para mag-cause ng death. Kasi recessive lethal allele. While kapag heterozygous lethal allele is, however, kahit meron kang, for example, lethal allele, ganito, yung normal or yung non-lethal allele mo will compensate para dito sa lethal allele. So, ibig sabihin, hindi yan magkukos ng death. Okay? Kasi, nakocompensate nung normal gene yung lethal allele na yan. Okay. However, kapag naman dominant lethal allele yung meron is just one copy lang ng lethal allele na yon could lead to death. Okay. So, yan yung mga types ng lethal allele or mutation in genes. Okay. So, next. Let's have example nito. Example ko na lang ito. So, we have yung agouti. So, yung agouti kasi, ang itsura niyan is yung coating or yung fur nung mouse is kapag agouti yun, is blend siya ng yellow and ng black. Okay. So, pero kapag meron kang agouti gene na mutant agouti gene, it resulted to, ito yung genes na nag-show na mag-lighten yung yellow color, lighter yellow color. Okay. With this, yun yung agouti gene. This agouti gene na mutant This is recessive. Okay. Yung yellow, yung mouse, yung yellow mouse is, ano siya, meron siyang present ng one mutant agouti gene. So, for example, yung agouti gene, normal yan. So, pwede natin isulat siya as A. Okay, kapag yellow, yung one allele niya is normal, and yung one allele niya is meron siyang mutant na gene. Okay. So, however, kapag meron kang yung mutant gene ng agouti, dahil nga recessive yan, kailangan mo meron kang kung recessive, kailangan mo 'di ba ng 2 copies. 2 copies of the gene to cause death. Okay. Nakita nyo na isa lang yung copy nito, na isa lang dito, hindi pa yan nag-cause ng death. However, kapag nakakita ng dalawang copy, this could lead to death. Okay. Now, try na natin ito. So, sabit natin kapag normal siya, yung agouti lang, normal yung kanyang mga genes, you have your A. So, since same yung kanyang trait, the result will be all agouti, yung combination ng black and yellow. However, kapag yellow naman, yellow yung mouse, genotypically, meron siyang ganito. Yan. So, ang gawin natin, nakita nyo na ito, meron siyang, yung yellow is meron siyang isang recessive na lethal gene. Okay, now let's combine this, yung dalawang yellow, crossbreed yan. So, ano yung mga possible niya na offspring? AA. Okay ba tayo? Then you have your AY. The next. Then here. So, since meron tayong ganito, ang phenotype niyan will be agouti. Yung combination ng blend ng black and yellow. This one will have a yellow color. How about this one? Diba sabi natin na kapag meron kang ganitong genes, dalawang recessive genes ng mutant gene, it will result to death. Okay. So, ano na lang ang mabubuhay na offspring? So, mabubuhay na offspring is one agouti and dalawang yellow. Okay. Then ito is death na siya. So, having a 2 mutant na agouti gene is it can cause death because it can cause death during embryonic development. So, hindi na siya lalaki, mamamatay na. So, with this, di ba, kapag sinabi mo kung dalawang, ang tawag dito, kung heterozygous yun, di ba, ano mangyayari? Di ba dapat, ang total pa rin dapat ng offspring mo is 4? But with the presence of lethal genes, yung 4, naging total na lang ng offspring is 3 because yung isa namatay. Okay? So, ang nangyari dito, isang agouti na blend ng color and black and dalawang yellow color ng mice. Okay. So, how about naman kapag, nagets nyo ba, class? So, how about kapag yung sa agouti nyo, then combination ng yellow, so anong result niyan? A, 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 So ang result niyan, dalawang AA agouti. Dalawang which is yellow. So parang 2/4 then 2/4. So lowest term niyan is 1/2. Yun. So nakita nyo, kung walang 2 copies of lethal genes, ang nagiging total number of offspring pa rin is 4. But with the presence of nung lethal allele na nagpakita siya, it can cause death doon sa offspring. Okay. So that is yung sa lethal gene. Okay. Then next naman tayo sa combination naman ng two characteristic or traits. So there are some allele na closely related daw sila and together on the same chromosome. And these two alleles na yan, ito, yung two different alleles that responsible for the traits na yun, come together siya and transmitted as a one or intact unit through meiosis. Kaya there are times na yung allele na yun is related to another traits. For example nito, yung pigment and blood type. Okay. So, yung A, for example, yung A representing ng pigment, ibig sabihin may color. Then, yung small letter na A, excuse me, then yung yung small letter na A, yung lowercase, is non-pigmented or albino. Okay. So, the pigmented is the dominant and the A is the recessive. Okay. Then, another characteristic is yung blood type. So, here we have yung blood type AB, crossbreed with blood type AB. So, with this, na two characteristic daw is being passed on together. So, parang ang gagamitin natin dito is yung Fork-Line method. So, here, a heterozygous na pigmented individual, ibig sabihin may color. So, combine natin. Okay, so ito yung kanyang mga genotypes. Okay. So, what are the phenotypes? So yung phenotypes, all na merong capital letter A, they are all pigmented. So, pigmented. Ilan dyan yung pigmented? Di ba tatlo? Then, here, yung small letter A, ilan dyan? So, meron kang non-pigmented or albino. Ilan? Isa lang, di ba? So, you could write it as 3/4 and this is 1/4. Okay. So, di ba, sa fork line method, i-set aside muna natin ito. So, meron kang 3/4 and you have your 1/4. Okay. So, next naman, itong blood type, AB. So, with this, magkakaroon ka ngayon ng mga possible genotype na A, AB, AB, and BB. Okay. So, you have blood type A, AB, and B. Okay. So, ilan yan? So, yung A, it is 1/4. This is 2/4. And this is 1/4. Okay. Nasundan nyo ba? So, after nyo, di ba, makuha yung first characteristic, susunod nyo naman yung second characteristic. So, since you have this one, this one, you write it naman dito sa side na to. Yeah. So, both dun sa pigment and dun sa albino. So, di ba, kaya nga siya fork line method. Then, you do the fork line testing. So, ito, this one, punta dito. Sorry. Yan. Then this one, again, dito. Then this one. So, another, multiply mo ulit yan dito, dito, dito. So, these are the answers. So, parang 3/4 times 1/4, 3/4 times 1/4 is equals to 3/16. Then you have 3/4 times 2/4, 3 times 2, 6. Then 4 times 4 is equals to 16. And so on and so forth. So now, this is the final phenotypic ratio niya. So 3:6, 3/16, 6/16, and so on and so forth. So that are the final phenotypic ratio. Okay. So you have question, class? Okay, now let's go dito sa epistasis. So yung epistasis, class, this is the genes is are or could interact with the other genes or could influence one gene or interfere with the other genes. So that could lead to a specific phenotype. So parang yung isang gene, kaya niyang i-affect yung expression ng another gene. Especially sa expression ng color. Excuse me. Okay. Then, what about naman yung novel phenotype? So, yung novel phenotype is, eto class yung new, or ibig sabihin, kahit kailan hindi pa siya nag-e-exist. Hindi pa nag-e-exist yung phenotype na yun. So, ibig sabihin, this is the first time na nag-exist yung phenotype na yun. Okay, so that is the novel phenotype. So here, in this characteristic, so nakikita nyo, yung epistasis is yung one gene mask or interfere with expression of another. For example, yung pigmentation ng brown, ng color, yung brown and black. However, this pigment...
Napakainit. Wait lang, last.
Last, mute. Okay. So, given this, yung nagkakaroon ka, di ba, ng pigmentation ng color, the brown and the black. So, given this color, the A is the dominant and the black is the recessive. However, there is also a gene that control the expression of the pigment. Okay. So, we have the gene capital letter C if the color will be express or pigment, and the small letter C, pigment. Or, no pigment. Excuse me. The problem with this is, if yung organism is meron siyang two genes that is responsible for having no pigment, the result of the organism will be albino. Ibig sabihin, kahit meron pa siyang brown na genes, black na genes, or na allele, hindi mag-express yung yung color na genes na yun, because the pigment, the genes that is responsible for the production of the pigment is not being expressed, because nga yung genes, yung na meron yung isang individual having a recessive for no pigment, or homozygous recessive for no pigment. So, as you could see, class, ang gagawin nyo lang dito is, you just look kung ano ba, kung saan yung, ang tawag dito, yung organism na meron siyang, dalawang small letter C. Okay. Kasi the C is responsible for the albino. Okay. So, una hanapin mo yan. If meron ka dyan na two alleles for the albino, the result of the color of the organism will be albino. Okay. For example, so we have this one. So, this one, nakita nyo yan? So, meron siyang two alleles for albino. So, automatically, this mice will be albino. Albino na siya. Even though na nakita nyo na meron siyang genes for brown or meron siya for black. So, with the albino or homozygous na albino na genes or allele, hindi na ma-express mismo yung color niya. But the expression will be being albino mouse. Okay. Then, if ever na meron kang any individual or organism na merong capital letter C, it means it will have pigment. Okay. So, depende na lang sa alleles for the pigment kung ano ba yung magiging color. Either brown or black. Yan. So, with this, nakita nyo na ang naging combination or ang naging offspring ratio is 9 na agouti, 9/16, 3/16 na black, then meron kang 4 na albino. Okay. Ito ay different doon sa Mendelian ratio na excuse, na supposedly na 9:3:3:1. So, ang nangyari dito, nagkaroon na lang ng 9:3:4 na ratio. Dito sa merong epistasis na condition, yung epistasis gene. So, they are being closely related yung dalawa. Okay. In order for the color to be expressed, kailangan meron siyang pigment na allele. Okay. Okay, so may question tayo. May question? So, class, yan lang yung mga basic na cytogenetics, okay? However, yung mga genes pa rin natin sa body is, tawag dito, is mas complicated pa yan. Sometimes, there are genes na nakapag merong ganitong genes, meron siyang tinatawag na promoter genes, oppressor genes. So, it doesn't mean nga, katulad ng sinabi ko, it doesn't mean that you have that gene, it will be expressed. However, yung chances na ma-express siya is mas mataas compared dun sa wala kang genes. And as I said, there are mga genes na related with one another. Okay? Especially during dun sa expression. Katulad nung kanina, 'di ba? Merong yung color plus yung kanyang blood type. So may mga cases na ganon. Okay. Kaya mostly ngayon is lalo na sa mga cancer is nagpapatas na sila ng mga genes or pati sa may mga iba't ibang disorder yon kasi para mas malaman na nila kung mas mataas ba yung chance nila magkaroon ng specific disease. Even na lalo na nowadays na masyado ng yung technology natin for the detection of ng genes kasi yung Human Genome Project is natapos na. Okay. So, ang next topic natin for next week will be karyotyping. Ito yung mga karyogram. Okay? So, i-upload ko pala yung lecture na to plus as well as yung susunod nating lecture. Okay. So, do you have any question? May question ba kayo, class? Okay. So, wala. So, next week kindly read about karyotyping, yung mga purpose, or what are the different method for the karyograph or for the karyogram and about chromosome. Okay. So, thank you everyone.